Hello, a very good day, Diza and Akmal. How are you doing today?
I'm good, Dr. Saman. Thank you. How are you, doctor?
I am good, thank you very much. I think that Brother Akmal will be joining soon.
Yes.
Okay. So, Diza,
Yes,
in
doctor.
our today's class,
Mm-hmm.
okay, we are going to learn hypothesis, simple hypothesis, complex hypothesis, and we are going to understand and learn data collection methods,
Mm-hmm.
and we are going to understand the sampling methods.
Okay.
As I already told you in our previous class, there are two types of sampling method: probability sampling and
Non-probability
non-probability sampling. So these
sampling.
three things we are going to understand in our today's class. Okay.
Okay.
And I hope you remember the topic of your assignment, and you were telling that you want to continue with this research. I don't know. You are going to
Mm.
still continue the research paper or not, but I
Yes,
have
sir.
already given you the research topic, right?
Yes, sir.
And you are going to discuss about your topic in today's class. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so first, what we are going to do, first we will understand about the hypothesis, then we will be understanding data collection methods and so on. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, this one is our discussion main focus and point. A
Mm-hmm.
hypothesis is an assumption or perhaps a tentative explanation for a specific process or phenomena that has been observed during research. Very often, a hypothesis and a guess are treated the same. However, a hypothesis is a calculated and educated guess proven or disproven through research methods. What is hypothesis? Hypothesis is all about assumption. Assumption might be proven or might be not proven. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I have given you a lot of examples in our earlier classes. What is hypothesis testing relationship research, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you are talking about the usage of social media and the students' academic performance, this this assumption already proven or is still not yet proven? A hypothesis is an assumption. You are assuming, right? You are assuming if you are taking water, if you are drinking water,
Mm-hmm.
you will be healthy. So you are assuming some assumptions already proven or some assumptions yet to be proven. A hypothesis is an assumption or perhaps a tentative explanation for a specific process or phenomena that has been observed during research,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right,
Most
sir.
of the people in the past, they have done the research. Example, if you are smoking, meaning that science already told that if you are smoking might be a lung cancer. So
Mm-hmm.
smoking and lung cancer already have been tested and proven, right? So
Sure.
drinking water and you will be a healthy, already proven, right?
Mm-hmm.
The
True.
usage of social media and the academic performance, now you will be have a little bit debate, because this phenomena has not been proven in the entire world. This phenomena has been proven maybe in the US, maybe in the UK, maybe in the Australia, maybe in the North America, but when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to South Africa, this phenomena has not been tested. So you cannot say that the theory is already established. knowledge. Those who are using social media, they are not good in academic performance. There are some people, those who are using social media, but still they are good in academic performance, meaning that this assumption, this hypothesis has not been confirmed in the entire world. However, drinking water makes you healthy is already proven, right?
Yes.
So now please try to understand. Very often, a hypothesis and a guess are treated the same. You are guessing and there is already an hypothesis. Hypothesis is an assumption, okay? But hypothesis already proven, but guess is not proven. So very often a hypothesis and a guess are treated the same. However, a hypothesis, please try to understand this one. A hypothesis is a calculated and educated guess proven or disproven through research methods. Hypothesis is proven through the research. You have to do the research, then only you will be able to tell that this hypothesis already proven.
Proven.
Example, we'll come back to our old example, the usage of social media and the
Mhm.
academic performance of Malaysian private universities. So this study you are going to conduct in Malaysia and you are going to conduct in Selangor. Now you
Mm.
are doing this research and you are collecting the data through or from private universities,
University.
from the students of bachelors. Please understand, you are not
Mhm.
going to collect the data from master students or from
Mhm.
MBA or PhD students. You
Mhm.
are collecting the data from
For
bachelor
bachelor student.
students. Okay, so
Mhm.
you are going to prove about the bachelor quality here. You are not going to prove all over the students, right? So you will not say that I have already tested the students. You can say in the bracket I have tested the students, but
Bachelor.
bachelor
Mm.
students,
Bachelor
BBA
student.
students, undergraduate students, but yet
Mhm.
to be proven for PhD and master students.
Mhm.
Okay, if you are collecting the data, please try to understand.
Mhm.
Hypothesis is a calculated and educated guess proven or disproven through research methods. What does it mean by research method? You are collecting the data through primary data. You are collecting the from the students. Before collecting the data, you have to develop the questionnaire, and that
Mhm.
questionnaire you have to develop from the existing literature review, or you are going to develop the new questions. If you are developing the new questions, you have to test the viability of that question. After testing viability and reliability of the questions, you are going to send to the respondents. When the respondents are taking or they have responded to your questionnaire, then only you are testing this hypothesis is supported or this hypothesis is not supported. Okay, do you understand what did I say just now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's great. Okay, now we are going to understand the characteristics of hypothesis.
This is.
And hypothesis is very important in any research. I know that in the marketing research, we don't use a lot of time hypothesis. But however, when come to business, when come to any other research, we do use hypothesis.
Mhm.
Okay, any research hypothesis has to be simple, yet to clear, to look reliable and justifiable enough. Whenever you are developing the hypothesis should be very simple. Okay,
Mhm.
now I will give you one example. Try to understand that the simplicity of the hypothesis. There is a positive relationship between smoking and lung cancer.
Mhm.
What do you understand?
Smoking and lung cancer is related.
Okay, now I will tell you. There is no relationship between smoking and lung cancer. There are two
So
type of hypothesis, null hypothesis and positive hypothesis. The first example I have given to you is a
it's a
positive. The
positive.
next example is
It's
Null
negative.
hypothesis. Okay.
Yes, no.
Sometime we are going to test the null hypothesis. Sometime we are testing the positive relationship. Okay. So there is a positive relationship, the use of social media and the lack of academic performance of students in Malaysia.
It's positive.
There is a positive relationship of drinking water and makes you healthy,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes.
There is a positive relationship between A and B.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to understand that whenever we are developing the hypothesis should be simple, but yet to clear.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever I have given the examples to you, it is simple and clear.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. It has to be precise about the results. Again, we go back to the example. There is a positive relationship between the usage of social media and the academic performance of students in the private universities. It has to be precise about the results, right? We
Mm-hmm.
are not telling that there is a positive relationship result about the usage of social media. The results are precise. The result might be negative or the result might be positive. Am I right?
True, sir.
A research hypothesis should be written in a self-explanatory manner with its significance staying intact. Whatever I have given the example, it is a self-explanatory, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right or wrong?
Yes, sir. Right.
Okay, the fourth, if you are developing a relational hypothesis, you need to include the variables and establish an appropriate relationship among them. We have
Mm-hmm.
already included, right? The
Yes.
usage of social media is independent variable. Academic performance of students is a dependent variable. So we are having both independent and dependent variable,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes.
A hypothesis must keep and reflect the scope for further investigation and experiments. If you go back to our same example, okay, a hypothesis must keep and reflect the scope for further investigation. If the hypothesis is comes negative, just now we are talking about there is a positive relationship, right? But
Yes.
after the respondents, when we were analyzing, it comes negative.
Negative.
So
Mm-hmm.
a hypothesis must keep and reflect the scope for further investigation. You can still investigate about this particular hypothesis in Selangor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Types of hypothesis. Now we understood the characteristics of hypothesis. We have
Mm-hmm.
understood the definition of hypothesis, right? Now we are going
Yes.
to understand. Just now I told you there are two types of hypothesis:
This is
positive and
positive and none.
null hypothesis. For the
Mm-hmm.
positive, we used to say alternative hypothesis and null hypothesis. Okay.
Okay.
To create a good hypothesis, you need to understand the concept of hypothesis completely. Therefore, before starting to write, it is important that you first understand the different type of hypothesis. There are two types,
Mm-hmm.
right? Alternative and null hypothesis.
None.
So
Yes.
now we are going to understand the importance of alternative hypothesis. Then we will understand about the null
No.
hypothesis. Okay. Before I go further, do you have any question? Please let me know.
No, sir. All clear.
Okay. In the academic domain, it is very often denoted as H1. H1. If the hypothesis is alternative, we used to write H1.
Okay.
Okay. The significance of this kind is to identify the expected outcome of your research procedure. Additionally, it is further classified into the two subsections: direct or indirect. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A statement that defines the way through which the expected results will be gathered. It is generally used in the cases where you need to establish a relationship between various variables rather than making any comparison between multiple groups. For example, please listen the example very carefully, Riza.
Okay, sir.
Attending physiotherapy sessions. Here, see,
Mm-hmm.
attending physiotherapy sessions will improve on field performance of athletes. Here, you are talking about physiotherapy sessions will improve the performance, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is called direct. Now we will understand the indirect. As the same suggests a non-directional alternative hypothesis does not suggest any direction for the expected outcomes. For example, attending physiotherapy sessions influence the on-field performance of athletes. Now here, the first example will talk about improve. The second example talk about influence.
Influence.
Direct is improve. No direct is influence.
Okay.
Okay. Now in the above two examples, carefully observe the two statements. The directional statement specifies that physiotherapy sessions will improve or boost performance. On the other hand, the non-directional statement help establish a correlationship between the two variables, physiotherapy sessions and performance. However, it did not emphasize whether the performance will be good or bad due to physiotherapy sessions.
Mm-hmm.
What do you understand? Tell me. Okay. Physiotherapy sessions will improve or boost performance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Will improve or boost performance, right? The
Will
second,
improve
or
or
boost, okay.
okay, or boost.
However, it does not emphasize whether the performance will be good or bad.
Good.
The second one is influence, right?
Mm-hmm.
The first one is performance, but we do not know the performance is good or the performance is bad. So
Oh.
that was the assumption. We
Mm-hmm.
will come to know after the data collection method and after the analysis. So we can say that for the time being, physiotherapy sessions will improve or boost the performance. After the data collection, after the
Then
analysis, we'll come to know it is bad or it is good performance.
it's good. Oh, okay.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
Null hypothesis. Can I move further? Or if you
Yes,
have
sir.
any question?
Means that the alternative hypothesis, we still have arguments there, whether we are agreed or not.
Yes, 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 yes. Because we are assuming, right?
Yeah, assuming yes.
A null hypothesis is denoted as HO or H0.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A null hypothesis exists as opposed to an alternative hypothesis. It is a statement that defines the opposite of the expected results or outcomes throughout your research. In simpler terms, a null hypothesis is used to establish a claim that no relationship exists between the variables. Now you will see the example, okay?
Okay.
The physiotherapy sessions do not affect athletes on field performance. In the previous example, in the previous hypothesis, when we are understanding alternative, we learn physiotherapy sessions affects athletes on field performance. In the null hypothesis, we are understanding and learning physiotherapy sessions do not affect athletes on field performance. Hypothesis. I know that you are confused, okay? I
Means
know you
that
are
H1 and H0 will be completely opposite.
completely opposite.
Okay.
I will give you. One example, then you will understand, okay? There is a relationship between uses of social media and lack of academic performance, right?
Okay.
What is this example? This is alternative example. There is a relationship, okay? There is an effect. Now you see, there is no effect in the usage of social media and academic performance of students. Do you understand the examples? Lisa?
Yes, sir. I'm trying to digest.
No, no worries, no worries. I will give you a few examples, then you will be able to understand, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I will give you one example, then you tell this is negative or this is alternative. Null or
Okay.
alternative. There
All right.
is a positive relationship between what clean water and healthy.
It's alternative.
Very good. Now I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling there is no relationship between clean water and becomes you healthy.
It's null.
Null, right? When I am
Yes.
saying the positive statement, it is alternative.
Alternative.
When I say negative statement is null
Mm-hmm.
hypothesis, right?
Okay. Yes.
Both the null and alternative hypothesis are written to provide specific clarification and examination of the research problem. So to clarify confusion, the difference between a research problem statement and a hypothesis is that the former is just a question that can't be validated or tested. In contrast, the latter can be tested, validated, or denied. Meaning that when you are preparing the question, research question, in research
Mm-hmm.
question, we are not going to test, right? In hypothesis, we are going to test the hypothesis. Okay.
Okay.
Any questions? Can I move further?
Enter.
Okay, now simple hypothesis. It is a statement that is made to reflect the relationship between the dependent and independent variables. Follow
Mm-hmm.
through the example and you will understand. Smoking is a prominent cause of lung cancer. Intake of sugar rich foods can lead to obesity. If you are taking a lot of sugar, that makes you obey, right? That's make
Yes.
you fat, obesity,
Right.
right? If
Yeah.
you are smoking too much, that can lead to
Yes.
lung cancer. It
Lungs
is
cancer.
called simple hypothesis.
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Okay.
Any doubt, anything here?
No. Clear.
Complex hypothesis. A complex hypothesis implies the relationship between multiple dependent and independent variable stated in the research problem. Follow through the below examples for better clarity. Individuals who eat more fruits tend to have higher immunity, less cholesterol, and high metabolism. Now you are having only one independent variable and you are having three dependent variables. Individuals who eat more
Individual.
fruits, if you are
Mm-hmm.
eating fruits, first higher
Higher
immunity,
immunity,
less
lesser
cholesterol,
cholesterol,
and high
and higher.
metabolism,
Yes.
right? In
Mm-hmm.
the previous example, you are having
Only
one,
one.
right?
Yes, only
Hmm.
one.
Now see the second example. Including short breaks during work hours can lead to higher concentration and boost productivity.
Mm-hmm.
Higher concentration and
Boost productivity.
yes,
Push
understood?
to. Yes, sir.
So now we have understood the characteristics, okay, types of hypothesis. Then we have understood simple and complex hypothesis, right?
Yes.
Before we go to sampling technique, I want
Mm-hmm.
you to tell me, do you have any doubt on the hypothesis?
Clear, sir.
Clear.
Yes.
Okay, now I still remember last time I have given you one assignment in our class, right?
Yeah.
And I ask you to,
To
based
find.
on this topic, you have to develop the hypothesis, right?
Yes.
I have given the topic the impact of ODL, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
On
sir.
a student's performance, right?
Yes, sir.
So based on this, I ask you to prepare the hypothesis,
This is
independent
correct.
variables, right?
Yes.
So please, if you have already prepared, why don't we discuss here? Because it is very related to the
Mm-hmm.
hypothesis and independent variables. Because if you have already developed the independent variables, then I will teach
Mm-hmm.
you how you can develop the hypothesis for your
Hypothesis.
research. Okay, I will give you
Okay,
5
sir.
to 10 minutes time. Please, if
Mm-hmm.
you have, please, we will discuss in depth and detail, not just like that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so please let
Okay.
me know what you have prepared and how do you prepare. Then we will be able to discuss in depth and in detail about the hypothesis and
This
the
is.
variables.
But I only prepare the variables only, sir. Is it okay? Or
I
need
will
to
tell you
prepare?
how to prepare. I will tell you how to prepare the objectives. Okay. First, you
Okay.
explain me in detail how did you develop the variables. You
Okay.
have to give me the variables, how it is related to your ODL. Okay.
Uh,
Then we will
okay, sir.
discuss about the hypothesis in our further class.
Okay. Sorry, sir.
No problem.
Okay, the topic is the impact of ODL on student academic performance in Malaysian private universities. Okay, sir.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Then the variables, I got 7. And the number 1 is student engagement,
Okay.
like a participation in online discussion, frequency of login to learning platform, and the time spent on learning materials. Number 2 is technological accessibility, like internet connectivity, uh, availability of digital devices and platform. Number 3 is self-discipline and motivation, like time management, self-driven learning habits, and consistency in attending the classes. And then number 4 is academic support, access to lecturers, feedback and guidance, and availability of online academic resources. Number 5 is assessment and evaluation, like performance in quiz, assignments, final exam scores, perception of fairness in online assessment. And number 6 is communication and interaction, like peer collaboration, interaction with instructors, and use of forums or messaging tools. I got 6 here.
You got the 6 variables, right?
Yes.
Okay, now you're talking about the ODL platform, right? The ODL
Yes.
platform is your independent variable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and whatever you have mentioned just now, the 6 are the sub variables of the
Correct.
ODL platform. Am I
Yes.
right?
Yes, sir.
Now, can you please let me know what is your first sub variable?
Is a student engagement,
Student engagement. Okay,
like
now
student come to the school. Mhm.
student engagement. There is a positive relationship between student engagement in ODL and the academic performance of the students in private universities.
Mhm.
So this is the hypothesis. The first
Oh.
hypothesis. Listen very carefully.
Mhm.
Student, what did you say just now? Student
Engagement.
engagement, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, listen very carefully. There is a positive relationship between student engagement of ODL
Mm-hmm.
on student performance in private universities, Malaysia. You are telling that if students are if students are engaging themselves in ODL, then they will get a good performance, right?
Yes, sir.
What is your
Mm.
second one?
Second one is technological accessibility.
Technological accessibility. Why technological accessibility? Because ODL, online distance learning, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you do not have proper internet with you, how you are going to have the
The online.
technological accessibility?
Yes.
So that's why we are telling there is a positive relationship between technological accessibility bracket ODL
Influence.
with the performance of academic students in Malaysia.
Mm-hmm.
If you are having a technological accessibility, then you might perform well,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes, sir.
What is your third variable?
Self-discipline and motivation.
self-discipline and motivation. If you are self-disciplined and if you are motivated towards to your studies, definitely
Better
there will
academic.
be a performance, right? If
Mm-hmm.
you are waking up 11 o'clock, you are not self-disciplined. You are sleeping at 2 o'clock. You are not self-disciplined. You are not reading anything. You are not self-disciplined. You are just playing and watching the phone and internet. You are not doing anything at all. So you
Mm-hmm.
are not self-disciplined and you are not motivated towards your study. If you are not motivated, if you are not self-disciplinary, then how come you are going to have a good performance?
Mm.
Right?
Yes, sir.
What is your fourth?
Mm. Academic support.
Academic support, right?
Mm.
If university is giving you good lecturers, if university is giving you the full access of e-books, if the university is giving you e-library, if the
Mm-hmm.
universities is giving you full access of indexes, if the university is giving you few things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you will be having the support of the university. If the university supports you, there is a positive relationship between academic support and the performance of the students, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand?
Yes.
What is your fifth?
My first is assessment and evaluation.
Assessment and evaluation. Okay, this is the
Fair and consistent.
fifth independent variable. If you are doing in the assessment well, okay, you are doing the assignments on time, you are doing the presentations on time, you are preparing yourself for the final exam, then the performance will be better, right? So there is a
Yes.
positive relationship between assessments, assignments, and the performance of your studies, right?
Yes,
What is the
sir.
sixth?
Communication and interaction.
Communication and interaction. If you are communicating well, if you are interacting well with your lecturers, if you are
Mm-hmm.
communicating properly with your classmates, then definitely the academic performance will be well and you are going to enhance yourself.
Yes.
Am I
Mm.
right?
Yes, sir.
So six variables are positively related with the performance. So
Mm-hmm.
you are having six hypotheses.
Mm-hmm.
The question, the objective might be one. What is the impact of ODL platform on the academic performance?
Performance.
Okay.
Yes.
What is to examine the impact of ODL platform on academic performance? So the
Mm-hmm.
objective can be one, but the hypothesis can be six because you are
Six.
having the sub variables.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you can have one more objective to examine the factors to adopt the ODL. Why students want to adopt ODL platform rather than conventional platform?
Okay. Mm.
So you can have two objectives.
Two
You can
objectives.
have seven hypotheses or might be eight hypotheses because you
Mm-hmm.
are going to know the factors. Okay, these are the factors you have developed, but you may choose other factors also to
Mm-hmm.
determine ODL related factors or to examine the motivational factors for the student to choose ODL platform rather than conventional platform, right?
Mm-hmm.
So do you understand the hypothesis?
Yes, sir. Now I understand.
Now, I would like to know,
Mm-hmm.
based on this topic, what is the problem statement? Based on this hypothesis, based on these variables, what is your problem statement? How you are going to do the sampling? You are going to do the Random sampling, you are going to do the probability sampling. What sampling method you are going to adopt for your study? Do you understand my question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now for that, we are going to understand sampling technique, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now sampling is the process of selecting a few from a bigger group, the sampling population, to become the basis for estimating or predicting the prevalence of an unknown piece of information, situation, or outcome regarding the bigger group. Okay. Now, just now you mentioned that you are going to do the private universities students, right?
Yes, private university in Malaysia.
How many students are there? Sampling is the process of selecting a few. You do not have to select all the students in Malaysia and you cannot do this kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Sampling is the process of selecting a few from a bigger group to become the basis for estimating or predicting the prevalence of an unknown piece of information. You are going to select a sample, not all the students. From the students, you are going to select few. Again, we will decide how many we have to choose. Later on, we will discuss about it, okay? A
Mm-hmm.
sample is a subgroup of the population you are interested in. According to your study, we are interested in the students, am I right?
Yes, only student.
A sample is a subgroup of the population. So you are going to do the sampling from the students, not all the students, right?
Yes.
This process of selecting a sample from the total population has advantages and disadvantages. We will understand what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages. The advantages are that it saves time as well as financial and human resources. However, the disadvantage is that you do not find out the information about the population characteristics of interest to you, but only estimate it or predict them. Okay. You are having the advantages and disadvantages when you are selecting the sample. Okay. So, do you have any question in this slide?
No, sir.
Okay. Through sampling, you can only make an estimated about the actual situation prevalent in the total population from which the sample is drawn. If you ascertain a piece of information from the total sampling population, and if your method of inquiry is correct, your findings should be reasonably accurate. Now, here we have to understand what sampling method we are going to use. If the sampling method is not correct, if the sampling method is not correct, the entire results might be inaccurate.
Mm-hmm.
If the sampling method is correct, the findings are accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now everything depends on the sampling method,
Yes, sir. Right.
right? However, if you select a sample and use this as the basis from which to estimate the situation in the total population, an error is possible. Tolerance of this possibility of error is an important consideration in selecting a sample.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to understand that first, if you are going to do the sampling, right?
Yeah.
First, you have to understand the research population. How
Mm-hmm.
many students are in Malaysia? Because you are going to do the private universities students, right? How you
Yes,
are
sir.
going to get the data? Then you have to go to the Ministry of Education, right?
Education. Yeah.
You should contact them and ask them how many students are studying in the private universities. If they tell more than 1 million, more than a million,
Mm-hmm.
the total population who are studying in private universities are 1 million. Am I
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Then based on, we are not going to test the 1 million, right?
No.
Based on the 1 million, we are going to choose the sample size. If the sample is more than 1 million, then you can do the sampling size of 384. If the research population is exists to 1 million, then you can do the sampling of 384. Now your sample size will be 384. You do not have to do 1 million students.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do you understand the research population?
Yes, sir.
If the research population exceeds more than a million, then you are going to choose 384.
Why
Okay,
384, sir?
we have to understand that because there is already a scale. Okay,
Oh.
Cringy and Murugan, you have to see this already created the table. If the sample size is more than a million, then you have to do 384. They have developed the scale based on the formula.
Mm-hmm.
If the sample size is, if the research population is 1,000, then you have to do the different sampling. If the research population is 100,000, then you are going to do different sampling. If the sampling size, if the research population exceeds more than a million, then you have to do at least 384 for the accurate findings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
The selection of a sample in quantitative and qualitative research is guided by the opposing philosophies. In quantitative research, you attempt to select a sample in such a way that is unbiased and represents the entire population from where it is selected. Just now, whatever I have given you the example is based on the quantitative method.
Mm-hmm.
How many students are studying in a private university? You got the data from the Malaysian ministry that in the private university students are studying more than a million, right?
Yes.
So based on that, you have identified that I have to do 384 sample size. In a
Mm-hmm.
qualitative research, number consideration may influence the selection of a sample, such as the ease in accessing the potential respondents, your judgment that the person have extensive knowledge about an episode, an event, or a situation of interest to you, how typical the case is of a category of individuals, or simply that is totally different from others. In quantitative, please listen very carefully. In quantitative, you should know the research population size. However, when come to qualitative, you do not have to know the exact research population. Why you do not have to know? Because you are going
Mm-hmm.
to reach to the experts who have
Mm-hmm.
knowledge of a particular thing. If they have knowledge, you are going to ask. When comes to qualitative, you cannot have the research population size, right? When comes to
Yes.
quantitative, you should
We
know
go to
the
the target
exact
directly.
sample research population.
Mm-hmm.
Now there are two groups. Some people say in quantitative you can do the generalization of results. Some people say in qualitative you cannot do the generalization. In qualitative
Mm-hmm.
research we are not doing the generalization. We are understanding the people opinions, people views, and exploring. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In quantitative method, we can generalize the result. What do you mean by generalizing the results? If you have conducted your study in Malaysia, right, and
Mm-hmm.
you are telling that the impact of ODL platform on academic performance. You have conducted this research in Malaysia. So if you are doing quantitative and you are doing random sampling, then you can generalize these results in USA also. That is called about generalization. If somebody wants to do a research in USA, they can use your variables and they can do the research. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And they can predict that these variables may be affected in the US, may be
Yes.
affected in the Australia, because
Mhm.
you have taken the research population. Based
Mhm.
on the research population, you are doing the research. However, when it comes to qualitative, you are not going to do that formula.
Mhm.
Okay. The purpose of sampling in quantitative research is to draw implications about the group from which you have selected the sample. If you are selecting the sample from the students, you are going to generalize the results from the students or of the students. Whereas
Mhm.
in qualitative research, it is designed either to gain in-depth knowledge about the situation or to know as much as possible about different aspects. In qualitative, you are doing the research to know in depth. In qualitative, you are doing the research to know in detail. However, in quantitative, you drawing the implications about a group. Okay, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Determination of sample size in quantitative and qualitative research is based upon the two different philosophies. In quantitative research, you are guided by a predetermined sample size. Just now I told you, research population, you just mentioned more than a million. So predetermined sample size that is based upon a number of other considerations in addition to the resources available. However, in qualitative research, you do not have a predetermined sample size, but during the data collection phase, you wait to reach a point of data saturation. In
Mhm.
quantitative method, you are having the research population. However, in qualitative method, you do not have the data population, but you are
Mhm.
doing the qualitative interview until
Mhm.
you reach a point of
Mhm.
data
In that.
saturation. Got
Mhm.
it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we just discussed about the nature sampling. Now we are going to understand about the probability sampling. We are going to understand about the non-probability sampling. Let me clear this thing. Whenever we are doing the quantitative method, whenever we are doing the qualitative method, we can use both the sampling methods. Okay.
Mhm.
If you are doing qualitative study, also you can do the probability sampling. If you are doing quantitative method, also you can do the probability method. But you
Mhm.
have to understand what is your research problem, then only you will be choosing your sampling. Okay.
Sir. Yes.
Okay, now probability sampling. What is probability sampling? Listen very carefully. For a design to be called random sampling or probability sampling, for this design you may call random sampling also, probability sampling also. It is imperative that each element in the population has an equal and independent chance of selection in the sample. Okay, if you are choosing this sampling method, every individual from the population has an equal chance to select. If you are doing random sampling, right, if you are going to do random sampling and you are bringing the response questionnaire to the Lincoln University, right,
Mhm.
if you are bringing the questionnaire to the Lincoln University, all the students has an equal chance. You may give to anyone, am I right? You are not
Yes.
going to choose by the face because you are going to
Mhm.
do random sampling. So
Yes.
each element in the population, each student in the population has an equal and independent chance of selection in the sample. So you got it? Got the point?
No, sir.
If you are bringing the questionnaire to the Lincoln University and
Mhm.
you are doing the random sampling,
Okay.
every student has an equal and independent chance of selection. You cannot choose by your favorite students. You have
Yes,
to
sir.
choose an equal every student an equal opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Got it or not yet?
Yes. Yes. Got it.
Equal implies that the probability of selection of each element in the population is the same. That is, the choice of an element in the sample is not influenced by other considerations such as personal preference. You are bringing the questionnaire to the USIM, you are going to bring the questionnaire to IIUM, you are
Yes.
bringing the questionnaire to UM. If you are bringing the questionnaire to UM, you should not have in your mind that I have few students, they are going to answer my question because they know me. No,
Mm-hmm.
it's not like that. The sample is not influenced by other considerations such as personal preference.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You should choose randomly every student.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot say that I will choose only Salman. You cannot say that I will
Bias.
choose only Dayang. You should not say that I will choose Arunan. You should not say I will choose Oyappan. You should not say I will choose only Fiza. You should not say I will choose only Mumtazul. You have to choose an equal. Everyone should be equal. Okay? The concept of independence means that the choice of an element is not dependent upon the choice of another element in the sampling. That is, the selection or rejection of one element does not affect the inclusion or exclusion of another. I should not think that you are excluding me. The opposite person should not think that she is excluding me. All the persons are equal when you are doing the random sampling. Okay?
Got it.
There are two main advantages of random sampling. As they represent the total sampling population, the interfaces drawn from such sample can be generalized to the total sampling population. Now, if you are doing the random sampling, please listen very carefully and look into the slide. As they represent the total sampling population, if you are doing the random sampling, they represent the total population. If you are coming to the Lincoln and you are doing only with 100 students, this 100 students going to be represent the entire Lincoln
Mm-hmm.
because you have chosen randomly. The inferences drawn from each sample can be generalized to the total sampling population. Whatever you have taken, the respondents, these respondents will be generalized. The results might be generalized. These are. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Completely?
Yes.
Some statistical tests based upon the theory of probability can be applied only to data collected from random samples. Some of these tests are important for establishing conclusive correlationships. Now, when you are doing random sampling, okay, the first thing is you can generalize the findings, right? The second advantage, some statistical tests based upon the theory of probability. You can do the statistical test which is based on this theory only. That is also advantage of this random sampling. Got it?
Yes.
Completely?
Yes, sir.
Methods of drawing a random sample. This is a little bit technical. Try to understand. You will understand, okay? The fishbowl draw. If your total population is small, if your total population is small, an easy procedure is to number each element using separate slips of paper for each element. Put all the slips into a box and then pick them out one by one without looking until the number of slips selected equal the sample size you decided upon. This method is used in some lotteries. You know how they do lotteries?
Just pick one.
Just pick one, right?
Yes.
How many you pick? Maybe
Uh,
sometimes you pick 15 times, sometimes you pick 20 times, right?
yes, sir.
Am I right?
Yes, sir.
It is also called random sampling, fishball draw. Randomly, we are selecting the people. If you are going to Lincoln University Faculty of Business, the lecturers are the small size, 20, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now you have to do 5 interviews. You put all the names in the fishball, in the ball, right?
And then drawn.
And you are
Yes.
taking only 5.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right?
Yes,
It
sir.
is called random sampling, fishball draw.
Fish for draw.
Computer program. There are a number of programs that can help you to select a random sample. There are computer programs you can select a random sampling also. Okay. Simple random sampling. Please try to understand this one. Fishball draw, you understand, right?
Yes.
The most commonly used method of selecting a probability sample in line with the definition of randomization, whereby each element in the population is given an equal and independent chance of selection. To illustrate, let us again take our example of the class. Please listen very carefully here. There are 80 students in the class,
Mm-hmm.
and so the first step is to identify each student by a number from 1 to 80, right?
Mm-hmm.
Suppose you decide to select a sample of 20 using the simple random sampling technique. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Use the fishball draw, the table for random numbers, or a computer program to select the 20 students. These 20 students become the basis of your inquiry. Just now, I have given one example to you. In Lincoln Business, there are 20 lecturers. You put every name in the fishball draw, and you have taken only 5 sheets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It is
Okay.
called simple random sampling.
Something.
Any doubt in this sampling?
No.
Perfectly fine.
Yes. Understood, sir.
Okay. Now, after the simple random sampling, you are having stratified random sampling. The accuracy of your estimated largely depends on the extent or variability or heterogeneity of the study population with respect to the characteristics that have a strong correlation with what you are trying to ascertain. Therefore, if the heterogeneity in the population can be reduced by some means for a given sample size, you can achieve great accuracy in your estimate. Stratified random sampling is based upon this logic. Okay, now you have, so if you want to do research in private universities, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are so many private universities in Malaysia,
True.
right? How many universities are you choosing? Because the
Maybe around.
sample size is 384, right?
Mm-hmm.
So randomly you have chosen some universities, right?
Mm-hmm.
How you are going to select? You have to use stratified random sampling. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cluster sampling. Simple, random, and stratified sampling techniques are based on the researcher ability to identify each element in the population. It is easy to do this if the total sampling population is small, but the population is large, as in the case of a city, state, or country, it becomes difficult and expensive to identify each sampling. In such cases, the use of cluster sampling is more appropriate. Simple, random, and stratified sample techniques are based on the researcher's ability to identify each element in a population. Just now we have already studied how you are going to select simple random sampling and stratified random sampling. Okay. It is easy to do this if the total population is small. We can do the stratified random sampling or simple random sampling if the sample is small. If the sample is big, how you are going to do this one? It's very difficult, right? But if the population is large, as in the case of a city, state, or country, it becomes difficult and expensive to identify each sampling unit. In such cases, the use of cluster sampling is more appropriate. Okay. If the sample size is too big, if the sample size is too big, then you have to do the cluster sampling. Okay. So we have understood in the probability sampling, there are three types of sampling: simple random sampling, cluster random sampling, and stratified random sampling, right?
Yes.
Okay, now I want you to do some research on these sampling methods. Okay, there are three sampling. Okay, please look: simple random sampling, stratified random sampling, and cluster random sampling. Please look into these three methods and please give me one example for each sampling method. Okay.
Okay.
I will give you 10 minutes time.
Okay, sir.
Okay. If you do not understand anything, you please let me know. Then we will discuss.
Okay, sir. Excuse me, sir. For the sampling, right? Just simple random sampling, cluster sampling, and stratified sampling. Is it, sir?
Random sampling. Yes, yes, yes. We
Okay.
specified random sampling.
So for the probability sampling method, okay, with what example? So the first one is simple random sampling. And then the example is a researcher randomly selects 100 student ID from a list of 1,000 enrolled students in a university to participate in a survey about online learning.
Okay.
Okay. For the second one is cluster sampling. Um, a researcher wants to study ODL effectiveness across private universities in Malaysia. Instead of sampling individual students, the researcher randomly selects 5 private universities and surveys all students within those selected universities.
This is called what sampling? Again, come again.
Cluster sampling.
Okay.
And
And what
then
is a stratified random sampling?
stratified sampling, like a researcher divides students into strata based on faculties like business faculty, engineering faculty, or IT faculty, and then randomly select 50 students from each faculty to ensure the balanced representative in the study.
Now you understand that if you are doing the research in private universities, you have
Okay.
to do stratified random sampling, or you have to do random sampling, or you have to do cluster sampling. Which sampling method you are going to do?
Mm, I'll go cluster
Okay. If you do the cluster, why are you doing cluster?
because it's dividing the population groups.
Again, you read the definition of stratified random sampling.
Definition of
Stratified random sampling.
stratified random stuff. Uh, is sampling that divided into subgroups based on shared character,
Okay. And cluster.
dividing the population into groups, then randomly selecting entire clusters for the study.
So how you are going to divide the universities? Do you understand my question, right?
Yes, sir. Because because my uh thesis will be in Malaysia, so it means that I will select like each one university for each state, sir.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm asking you how you are going to do each state one university, and that one university you are going to choose randomly, or what?
Mm.
Do you understand the question?
Yes,
Okay, you look into it. You look into it later. Now we will
Mhm.
discuss about the non-probability sampling. If you still do not understand about the probability sampling, we will discuss in our class. Okay, no problem.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Non-probability sampling designs do not follow the theory of probability in the choice of elements from the sampling population. Non-probability sampling designs are used when the number of elements in the population is either unknown or cannot be individually identified. In the probability sampling, you understood that there is a research population already. We have the numbers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in non-probability, the population is either unknown or cannot be individually identified. Okay, do you understand that?
Like randomly.
You cannot choose randomly, right? Because the population is unknown. You do not know the population. Now, for the private universities, do you know how many students are there, right? Through the Ministry of
Mm.
Education, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, do you know how many SMEs in Malaysia we have? Small, medium enterprises.
Yes, sir.
Do you know?
Need to check with the
How are you going to check?
to the ROC.
You will get the data, they are going to provide the data.
I
See,
don't know.
that's why either unknown or cannot be individually identified.
Mm.
Okay. In such situation, the selection of elements is dependent upon other considerations. So, if you do not know the research population, if the sample cannot be identified, there are 5 commonly used non-random sampling designs, each based on a different consideration, which are commonly used in both qualitative and quantitative research. These are quota sampling, accidental sampling, judgmental sampling or purposive sampling, expert sampling, and snowball sampling. Under the non-probability, you are having quota sampling, accidental sampling, judgmental sampling, expert sampling, and snowball sampling.
Sampling.
Okay, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Quota sampling. What is quota sampling? We'll understand first, then we'll understand one by one. Okay.
Mhm.
The main consideration regarding quota sampling is the researcher ease of access to the sample population. In addition to convenience, you are guided by some visible characteristics such as gender or race of the study population that is interest to you. The sample is
Mhm.
invested or the sample is selected from a location convenient to you as a researcher. And whenever a person with this visible relevant characters is seen, that person is asked to participate in the study. The process continues until you have been able to contact the required number of responses. Quota. It is called quota. Okay, now please try to understand. Okay, the sample consideration directing quota sampling is the researcher's ease of access to the sample population. Quota, you understand the word quota sampling. Okay, now here, in addition to convenience, convenience sampling, if you are convenient with anyone, if you are convenient with me, you are come and ask me, right? I want to
Yes.
take your interview, right?
Mm-hmm.
In addition to convenience, quota sampling, you are guided by some visible characteristics. You are going to take the interview like those who are having 50 years age, those who are expert in banking, those who are expert in investment banking, those who are Malay, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Such as gender or race of the study population that is of interest to you. Okay, how you are going to do the quota
Mm.
sampling in addition to convenience. Okay, the sample is selected from a location convenient to you as a researcher. This is called convenience sampling, but you are finding some special characteristics. Those who are above 50 years, those who are expert in Islamic banking, those who are experts in Islamic banking investment, those who are Malay, or those who are Muslims, or those who are non-Muslims. You are having this particular characteristics in addition to convenience sampling. It is called quota sampling.
Sampling.
Okay. Do you understand or not yet?
Yes, sir.
Accidental sampling. Accidental sampling is based upon convenience in accessing the sampling population, whereas quota sampling attempts to include people possessing an obvious visible characteristic. Accidental sampling make no such attempt. You stop collecting data when you reach the required number of respondents you decided to have in your sample. This method of sampling is common among market research and newspaper reporters. It has more or less the same advantage as disadvantages as quota sampling. But in addition, as you are not guided by any obvious characteristics, some people contacted may not have the required information. Accidental sampling. In quota sampling, you have decided to choose the persons by the characteristics, right? In accidental sampling, it is not required you have to choose by the characteristics. You can choose any one, but in accidental sampling, you can stop doing the sampling once everything you are satisfied. Okay. Judgmental or purposive sampling. The primary consideration in purposive sampling is your judgment as to who can provide the best information to achieve the objectives of your study. You want to do, you have a particular topic, right?
Yes.
You have a particular topic and you want to do this method from the purposive. You have a purposive persons. You want to do with Dr. Salman, you want to do with Dr. Oyapan, you want to do with Dr. Ibrahim, you want to do with Dr. some other persons. But purposive, you have your purpose to do this with these persons. Got it?
Yes, sir.
The primary consideration in purposive sampling is your judgment as to who can provide the best information to achieve objectives of your study. You as a researcher only go to those people who in your opinion are likely to have the required information and be willing to share it with you. You are deciding the people, you are choosing the people, you are going to the people. Okay. This type of sampling is extremely useful when you want to construct a historical reality, describe a phenomena, or develop something about which is only a little is known. You are going to know about ODL because ODL is not known by many persons, right? So
Yes.
you are going to go to ODL experts. You want to know about the ODL benefits. You want to know about the ODL challenges. You are choosing the persons purposefully because you know that there are only some experts in this field. This sampling strategy is more common in qualitative research, but when you use it in quantitative research, you select as a predetermined number of people who is in your judgment are best positioned to provide you the needed information of your study. You can use this method in qualitative as well as in quantitative, but in qualitative, this method is very useful.
Useful. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Expert sampling. Expert sampling is not very different with the purposive sampling.
Purposes.
Okay. The only difference between judgmental sampling and expert sampling is that in the case of the former, it is entirely your judgment as the ability of the respondents to contribute to the study. But in the case of expert sampling, your respondents must be known experts in the field of interest to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the only difference between judgmental sampling and expert sampling is that in the case of the former, meaning the judgmental sampling, it is entirely your judgment as to ability of the respondents to contribute to the study. But
Mm-hmm.
in the case of expert sampling, your respondent must be known expert in the field of interest
Feel.
to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is again used in both types of research, but more so in qualitative research studies.
Mm-hmm.
When you use it in qualitative research, the number of people you talk to is dependent upon the data saturation point. Whereas in quantitative research, you decide on the number of experts to be contacted without considering the saturation point. You first identify persons with demonstrated or known experts in an areas of interest to you,
Mm-hmm.
seek their content for participation, and then collect the information either individually or collectively in the form of a group. Snowball sampling. What is snowball sampling? Do you have any idea snowball sampling?
Like from the minimal um s- from the minimal to the big
Come
sample.
again?
From the minimal sample.
I will tell you. I will tell you. Snowball sampling, okay? You are going to do a research on insurance. Example, huh?
Okay.
You are going to do research on insurance. Those who are having insurance policy. In another words, those who are having life insurance policy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you know in Lincoln how many people they are having life insurance policy?
No.
You don't know, right?
Yes.
If you go to any company, they will not provide the details to you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Yeah.
you are asking the person, you come to me, I'm very convenient to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
You come to me and ask me, Dr. Salman, do you have life insurance policy? I said that, yes, I do not have, but I think Dr. Oyepan might have.
Oh, okay.
Now, what are you going to do? You are going to Dr.
Yeah.
Oyepan.
Oh, yeah. Fine.
Dr. Oyepan, do you have life insurance policy? Yes, Lisa, I'm having life insurance policy. I want to do some survey with you. Are you okay with
Mm-hmm.
it? Yes, Lisa, I am okay. Then after doing then you are asking Dr. Weapon, Dr. Weapon, do you know any more persons do you have life insurance policy? Dr. Weapon is telling, yes, I know few persons. Arunan has, Rosaini has, Nadia has, SK has, Abhi has, Visha has. You go to these people, they will help you. How many names he tell? 5 to 10 names, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you are going to Abhi. Abhi, you are having life insurance. I came to know. Yes, Lisa, I have life insurance policy. Abhi, can you please introduce me to more persons? Yes, yes, yes. My father, my mother, my sister, my brother, my cousin, and all. Then you are going to Arunan. Arunan, I want to do this research. I came to know that you are having insurance policy. Can you know? Can you do this for me? And can you please tell me who are having life insurance policy? Yes, yes, yes. I know this Ramesh, this Ganesh. I have few friends. They are having life insurance policy. How you are getting the information? Through one person. Now you get so many persons, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is called snowball sampling.
Mm.
Now listen, read. Snowball sampling is the process of selecting a sample using networks. To start with, a few individuals in a group or organization are selected and the required information is collected from them. They are then asked to identify other people. They are asked to identify other people in the group or organization, and the people selected by them become a part of the sample.
Mm-hmm.
Information is collected from them, and then these people are asked to identify other members of the group. In turn, those identified become the basis of further data collection. This process is continue until the required number or a saturation point has been reached. In terms of the information being sought, this sampling techniques is useful if you know little about the group or organization you wish to study, as you need only to make contact with few individuals who can then direct you to other members of the group. Whatever I told you is the exact, right? Whatever I told you is the exact. Am I right?
Mhm. Yes, sir. It's the same.
It's the same, right?
Yes.
No doubt, right?
No.
Okay. So I hope do you understand what I'm trying to say? What is the snowball sampling? Am I right?
Yes. Fully understand.
Fully understand. Okay. Now we have studied probability sampling and non-probability
Non-probability.
sampling, right? Under the non-probability sampling, you are having snowball sampling, expert sampling, judgmental or purposive
Purposive.
sampling,
Mm-hmm.
accidental sampling, and
Sampling.
quota
Quota.
sampling, right? Under the probability sampling, you are having cluster sampling, stratified random sampling, and simple random sampling.
Yeah.
Okay,
The sampling.
and you
Mm-hmm.
have understood the importance of probability sampling and non-probability sampling. Okay.
Non-probability sampling.
Okay, probability sampling you can use in qualitative and in quantitative.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and when it comes to non-probability sampling, you can use this in both, but some of the techniques
Qualitative.
are very useful in qualitative research other than
Quantitative. Yes.
quantitative method. Okay,
Quantitative.
so
Mm-hmm.
somebody cannot tell that only I will use probability sampling, it is good. No, it is not like that.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I will tell you, you can decide the sampling technique or research method based on your problem statement. Problem statement is very unique, is the heart of the research. If you understand the problem statement, based on the problem statement, you may decide the research method, you may decide the sampling design, you may decide the sampling size. Everything based on the problem statement, you are going to decide it, right?
Right, sir.
Now we have used both probability sampling also,
Mm-hmm.
non-probability sampling also. I will ask only two questions.
Okay.
Two questions. What is the strength of probability sampling and non-probability sampling? I will repeat the question again. What is the strength? What is the strength of probability sampling and
Non-probability.
non-probability sampling? And the second question is, what are the weaknesses of probability sampling and non-probability sampling? Okay, there are two questions: is strength and weaknesses of probability sampling and non-probability sampling.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Please let me know this is strength and weaknesses.
The strength of probability sampling is high representativeness, where every unit has a known chance of being selected. Uh, enables generalization of result to the larger population, reduce sampling bias, and allows use of statistical tools for analysis. The weakness of probability sampling is can be time consuming and costly. It requires a complete list of the population and may be complex to design and implement. The strength of non-probability sampling is faster, easier to conduct, less expensive, useful for exploratory or qualitative research, effective when population list is not available. But the weakness of non-probability sampling, high risk of sampling bias, results may not be generalizable to the entire population, not suitable for statistical inference, and lack of randomization reduce
Randomization.
reliability. Mhm. Randomization reduces reliability.
Yes. Okay, now you understand, right? How in which sampling you are generalizing the results and which sampling you are not generalizing the results, right? So you got the
Yeah.
advantages of both sampling and you got some disadvantages of the both sampling, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the importance of the sampling. So some of the importance when it comes to generalization, yes, it is there, but you do not have to generalize all the time. Sometimes you have to understand the opinions of the people, opinions of the experts, opinions of the judgmental sampling, purposive
Mm-hmm.
sampling. Okay. Sometimes qualitative research is necessary, sometimes quantitative research is
Quantitative.
necessary. Again, I'm telling you, please try to understand the problem statement first. What is your problem statement? Based on your problem statement, decide what method, what sampling technique you have to do, right? If you want to
That's
know
right.
about the impact, right? The impact of ODL platform on the
Mm-hmm.
academic performance, right? Then you are doing
Mm-hmm.
the quantitative research.
Non
You are not doing qualitative, you are doing quantitative. If you
quantitative.
want to do the ODL challenges, okay, if you are going to do ODL challenges, you will be getting to know from who are experts in ODL, right?
Mm-hmm.
The research is different. This research is different. If you want to understand about the student's perspective, you are not going to do the interview. You are going to do the quantitative method.
Quantitative.
If you want to do
Yes.
understand about ODL challenges, you are going to do the from the experts, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So if you are changing the title, sampling method is changing. Am I right?
Yes.
This is the importance of problem statement.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I might be use both of the
No, you have to use only
non-probability.
one sampling method. You cannot use both.
Oh, okay. So if I use the non-probability sampling and I choose the purposive sampling, is it okay, sir? Because I'm targeting the ODL
You
student.
are targeting the ODL, right? You are
Yeah.
targeting students, right?
Yes.
So you have already know who are the students. You have selected private university, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you
Yeah.
don't have to do the purposive. You can do the random sampling.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you want to ask, these are related to the sampling technique, related to the hypothesis, what we have discussed today.
Mm,
If you have any question, you are most welcome. I'm here to answer your questions.
So, sir, for the thesis, right? Uh, from my topic. So, if I have only six, like I have six,
Variables.
hypotheses and variables. So means that I just put only six, or I need to find more, or how?
No. 6 is quite enough. Quite enough.
So after I get all the variables and the hypothesis, then I will do the sampling, right, sir?
You have already done the sampling, right? So first, what is the impact of ODL, right, on the students' academic performance in private universities? So
Mm-hmm.
in the private universities is the research population. How many students are in the proper in the research? Okay. First, you have
Mm-hmm.
to understand how many students are in private universities. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if you know the number, then only you will be able to know your sample size. Okay. First, you
Mm-hmm.
have to know that number.
Then
Then, based
mhm,
on that number, you will understand the research
the
sample of
samples.
your size. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Any other question, Reza?
No, sir. If anything, I just can text you, sir.
Yeah. You can text me. You
Mm-hmm.
can call me. Okay. No problem, Reza.
Okay.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you very much, Reza, for
Thank you so
attending the
much, Dr.
class.
Saman.
Okay. Thank you
Thank you
very
so
much.
much.
If you have any question, if you have any doubt, please do not hesitate to ask me. Okay.
Okay, will do, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank
Okay,
you very much.
thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
sir.
Thank you.
Okay.